Erev Tov Herzliya. Good morning in Hartford, and greetings to friends, anyone that is commemorating Tisha B'Av. We wish you a meaningful holiday, and obviously it's with a great concern that we share prayers and thoughts for anyone in harm's way. We're praying for safety for all of our friends wherever you are. My name is Wayne Firestone. I'm here with you for a summer stretch. It's time to stretch a little, to exercise a little. There's been a fair amount of stress still in the air, but we need in summer also to relax a little bit. And indeed, our exercise series with Becky is back. Becky Swart is back with us. Tell us, everybody in the chat, I'm seeing people from Alberta, from Toronto. Our Canadians are here in full force this morning. I don't know if the rest of North America is still waking up. So stretch a little bit and make sure you're in the right mood for some exercise. And if you're still standing by your computer while we're getting ready to chat a little with Becky, make sure you, why don't you tell us in the chat what kind of exercise for summer you've been doing? What's your summer exercise? Even if it's not quite a routine, what have you been enjoying doing? For me, it's been jumping in the pool and getting a good swim in the summer. I've been privileged to have access to a pool, and so a good summer swim ain't nothing like it. So we definitely have Pilates fans we know that are here, and we're glad that you're going to do some Pilates with us. Becky always gives us a reason and teaches us something new, even utilizing just what we have around us. We don't have to be in a professional gym. Becky, I see today that you have one of your regular participants at your studio. Ira is with us, so she's going to demonstrate or at least follow you in some of the moves that you're doing. And I know, Becky, this is a time at this point in summer where you've just hosted a bunch of athletes that you haven't seen around in a while at the Maccabi Games. As a former gymnast, competitor at the Maccabi Games, maybe you can tell us, what it was like for you to actually attend and see the competitions continuing again this summer.
It was great. It was really nice to see a big competition. We did very well. The Americans were there. The head coaches of the Americans are actually son and daughter of coaches who coached me when I was a young gymnast training in the States. So that was very exciting for me. A friend of mine is a coach, one of the Israelis. We actually, our last competition together was the Maccabiya. We actually called Mihai from the gym and said hello, because that was the last time that we competed together. It was really exciting. A great experience. So
did you just go to gymnastics? That's
my thing. I did. I saw all the girls and all the boys. So that was the share that I did.
Well, we're glad to know that after this wait during COVID and the delays, that some of the fun of Israel is returning. And I know this was a tough week for a lot of people in Israel, but we're hoping to use this class as a way to get a little bit of exercise and fun. We actually had this past week an a cappella group singing from the streets of Bat Yam, which was indeed a lot of fun. And we've continued our programming in and out with the different challenges that Israelis, face on a regular basis, unfortunately. But tell us a little bit about, what you want to do today. I'm taking your class. I'm taking you very seriously. I brought my band.
Yeah, good job, Wayne. Proud of you. Yeah, so we're going to be using a TheraBand again. I use a very long one. This is what I have. I know that not everyone has it. If you don't have one at all, like first time we used it, we can use a pair of leggings if you have. I know the lengths aren't always the same. I do suggest that when we do like standing with, let's say stepping on, let's say we're going to be stepping on the band, but if you can't do that, then you can always take a chair or a seat or something and let's say sit on it from the side or from the back, depending on what we're doing. Okay, and then sort of use what you've got. Okay, and you know, you can always sort of find a way to play with it. If you have any questions, please give a shout and I'll be happy to answer. And as usual, anyone who needs some elevation cushioning, like just a cushion to put under your knees, under your head, a seat, a stool, a yoga block or something just to give you assistance while sitting, then of course feel free to do that or to ask. Okay.
Sounds good. And obviously, for those that are still fasting for Tisha B'Av, we'll make this recording available if that's easier for people. And as always, all of our programming we'll send out in recordings later. And for anyone else who wants to take it a little easier today, you know, Becky's instructions here are meant to make you feel the most comfortable possible and to give you a little bit of a stretch, but obviously to do so in a safe manner. So Becky, let me turn over to you with Ira in the background, and we're excited to start class.
Yeah, I just got one little quite big thing to say. I've been working finally on a proper website. It's www.minded-movement.com. You're more than welcome to enter it. There's information about online classes. I actually rescheduled them finally. I know that some people have been waiting for it and I haven't gotten back to you. So now it's set. It's going to be Sundays at 6 my time, which leaves room for the webinars too. And we have them weekly. Ira's a permanent participant. Also, we're going to start working on a VOD series. I called that little option there, "What's Your Pain?" And you're more than welcome to enter it and sort of just, there's a form there so you can fill it in. Tell us what's bothering you, and we're going to start working on sort of prehab videos. So it would be great to hear your input and be in touch. Just be in touch.
And if anybody wants to put their pain in the chat so that we know what you're working on today, feel free to share it with the AIFL community. We feel your pain, but today we hope to make it a little bit better with Becky.
Great. So thank you very much. And we'll start moving. Okay. So I just want to remind everyone about the breathing that we've been working on. So we're going to take the band and try to wrap it around the lower ribs. So if you feel sort of a hard area in the middle of the back, that will be the place, and wrap it around you. And you can always do this sitting down, of course, okay? So we're going to inhale and try to fill up the band, okay? If you don't have a band, you can just put your hands around your ribs, okay, like this with your thumbs, and just get a nice big breath, okay? So we'll inhale, okay, and try to keep the ribs nice and open. And try to exhale, keeping that pressure against the band. And just feel how your abs come riding up. And at the end of the exhale, we're going to give it a stretch. So I'm rotating my arms externally, okay, keeping the upper arm closer to the body and then the forearm away, okay? So this is the exhale, and just feel how the tummy gets nice and long underneath the band. We'll start inhaling over here, okay, against the band. So in. And little by little, we'll release that tension. So keep inhaling. It's nice and slow. We're taking our time here. Start exhaling, again, keeping the pressure of the ribs against the band, and exhale. And little by little, we're opening up. Okay, at the end, we can feel the ribs sort of squeezing under the band. Okay, and again, inhale against the band. In, and little by little release. Start exhaling, keeping the ribs open. Tummy comes in. Remember, the diaphragm lifts, and let's all the inner parts of our body just rise up into that space, and the tummy can come up without asking it to squeeze. It just happens, along with the pelvic floor. Again, inhale. Feel the expansion in your back. I'm still pressing against it. Exhale, 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 but pressing the rib against. And exhale. Now we're going to inhale and straighten our arms away. So again, feel the expansion against the pressure of the band. Good. Exhale to bring it in. And again, I'm trying to rotate my arms outwards. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And and forearms face each other. So now we're going to inhale and increase the range along with our chest. Okay, so just lift up and stretch. Stay there for a little while. Keep the air in. Keep the ribs out sideways. And exhale. Fold the elbows. And you can bend forward just a little bit. And again, inhale. Stay here. Try to reach out. Long legs. Pulling the kneecaps up. And exhale. 2 more times. In. Nice and long body. And exhale. 1 more time. Stay here, and we're going to bend our knees. Bend our knees. Lengthen the band. And then long arms pull us forward, and as we round our backs, and try to feel the pressure against the band. Lengthen your arms and push your back backwards. And again, inhale. Exhale. Again, so you've got the contact of the band showing where to inhale in the front here. And then when we curl, it shows us where to push back. 1 more time, in. And again, this can all be done sitting. And exhale. Lower your arms and come up. Okay. Relax a little bit. And now we're gonna either step on the band or sit on it. Again, if it's not long enough, you can always sit down and Try to spread it as wide as you can, okay? And we're gonna bring it behind us. Okay, and we'll just try climbing down as much as it feels like there's a little bit of tension. Okay, and try to see where your elbows are. They might be a little bit forward. Okay, first of all, we'll try and just elongate. Okay, we can pull it a bit over our head. Okay, and just try to see if you can get sort of as much body against the band. Okay, now we're going to lengthen it up as high as possible. Really give it a nice stretch. Feel again how your legs are pressing against or your sit bones are pressing against if we're sitting down, nice and long. And then we're going to give a little bit more of an arch. Okay, so we're feeling how the band is sort of pulling us away. Stretching up, head down, and try to feel the back of your neck. I don't know if it's going to actually happen, but try to sort of reach the back of your neck into the band. And roll down. You can bend your knees and go as far down as possible. Filling up the back with the band. Okay, and press into the ground with your feet or your sit bones. Try to get your hips square and lift up, 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 up to an extension, especially in the upper body. Okay, so I'm not arching from the lower back, I'm lifting up. Feel the ribs expand like a big umbrella. And again, let the band stretch you nicely. And just enjoy this. And up, curl, try to reach the neck into the band, the lower back, and down, and up. Inhale as you come up. Stay with the inhale as you lean and lengthen. And one more time. Exhale to curl. Try to straighten your knees if you can, just a little bit. Head in, straighten and bend. Okay, and then we will climb back up. Nice, keep your arms as high as you can. And then we're just gonna bend a little bit, bend the elbows and straighten, just to get a bit of a tone there. Couple of those, and 4, we'll do 8, and 5, and 6, and 7. Great, one more curl, halfway down. Try to lengthen the band. And now just bring it down a little bit with your arms. So it's giving more of a stretch to your neck. Okay, you're just really saying yes, a deep yes. And now pull it to one side. So you're sort of stretching one side of your neck. And the other side. A little bit of a no inside the yes. Again, one side. And the other. And roll all the way up, 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 up. Okay, and relax. We're going to step on it now on the side. So again, step or sit. Again, you can let your arms back. Okay, so we're gonna take the band with a flat hand, if possible. The arm that's closer to the band is giving the sort of the push, and the other arm can hold it. Okay, so again, if you're just sitting down, just sit down on it with your sit bone, okay? And now we're just gonna push it up, okay? So don't think about bending now. We're just gonna lengthen our body. So again, we're pressing, let's say it's my right foot or your left, and the same arm just go up, 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 and try to breathe and fill the ribs with the band with the ribs, okay? So that's a nice inhale. We got a little bit of weight down here, and back down. I see there's some questions there. If there's something I need to know about, let me know. And exhale. Again, inhale into your right side if you're going to the right. And exhale. One more time. In. And now we're going to pull it a little bit more with the left hand. Okay. And we can let ourselves lean in to the band, okay? Sort of mold yourself into it. And you see how the hips even go sideways a bit. And come back down, and we'll just undo that stretch, okay? It's sort of like a mermaid. And again, up, lift nice and tall, and I'm not bending down into it. I'm going up and over, pretending like I'm going over away, and lean into the band. Right. Okay. And back, relax. 2 more times, up. Up, relax. And last. Nice, just relax your hand for once. And we're gonna take the opposite leg. So again, if you're sitting, you just bring your leg out, okay? And again, so we're going to lean in to the band, okay? So try to feel really that sort of root. And then we're gonna try and lift the leg a little bit, okay? So find your balance. If you need to hold on to something, you can always use this hand, okay, to hold. And we're gonna lift and lower a couple times. So there's sort of a counterbalance between the hips and that leg that's coming up, and the arms. Nice.
Becky, there are some people without bands, so maybe you could also just demonstrate a couple examples.
Yeah, sure.
Without.
You can always do this without, actually. So here, I'll just show without. Okay, so we were just bending up. You can always just pretend. You know, our mind has a lot of power, and we can always pretend like we're doing something very lightly, falling into the motion. Okay, or you can, in your mind, say, okay, I've got this band, okay, and I'm going to push up into it, okay, because it doesn't really give me any support at this point, right? So I'm just going to stretch up in and pretend that I'm just leaning into it. It does give the feedback, but we can really imagine this in our mind. It's got a lot of power, our mind, okay? And then we're going to release the leg, and then we'll lift and lower. Okay, so we're working on the stability. And again, if I need a wall or something for support, I can always do something like this. Okay, so there's always another option. Okay, just have to be a little creative. And it's a good question. Thank you. Okay, I think we'll move to the other side. Okay. So we're stepping or sitting on it. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Thank you. Okay, so again, we've got the closer arm pushing up. And again, you can just pretend, you can actually use a weight if you want to feel, you know, the, how do you say, the tension, okay? It's the pressure, it's something to press up against. Okay, so if you just use a hand weight and you're just saying, okay, I'm gonna stick it to the ceiling, okay, that's definitely another possibility, okay? So again, we're just gonna lengthen, inhale into the band and exhale. And again, inhale, this other hand can sort of rest there and just give it a pull, or again, you can just be without it, okay? And exhale, and in. Exhale, so you see this side coming up, and one more time, and nice. And inhale, and sort of bend up and over, so I'm not crunching into it, I'm lengthening. You can even do some of that crunch and lengthen also, just to get that feeling of what we're looking for. And we're pressing that close leg into the floor or the sit bone that we're sitting on. And again, inhale and just lean into it a little bit. Not lean away from it, excuse me. And back, up, and nice. And then we're gonna add that little whoop, okay? Extra stretch into the band and come down. Inhale, fill it up and lean into the other arm and into the hip and the whole side of our body. up. All right, so we're just really looking for some more range of motion in our ribs, getting them working. Remember, we talked about the scoliosis. Sometimes we lose that motion in our intercostals and in our lungs too. So we want to try to find that motion, okay? And then we're going to let the far leg, okay, and lift and lower a bit. And again, can do it without. I often do this without in the classes. Nice. Good job. Okay. And relax. We're gonna go down into a triangle. So we're just gonna start a little bit with this. We can do it without a band. Okay, we'll put it in the far end of the mat. Again, step on it. And just for the very beginning, and then we're just gonna let go of it. So if you don't have the band, really don't worry about it. Whoop, I'm flipping it back. I just wanna get, again, that feeling. So you can always imagine it, okay? So nice and long. Okay, really stretch up, head goes down, and we're gonna round ourselves little by little. Okay, if you need to bend your legs, then go for it. And then just take a little bit of a walk with your hands. Okay, again, bend or separate your legs if you need. We're in a triangle. Okay, try to keep both hands on the band. Okay, and then we're gonna lift up our heels. So lift up our heels and try to point your sit bones up to the ceiling. Okay, so we also got the contact with the feet and the heels, and down with the heels. And again, inhale, push up. And again, try to feel as if you're stretching that band, okay, along your legs and your arms and your spine, the neck, and down. And again, up and down, up and down. Lift the legs, and we're just gonna do a few breathings over here, take a few breaths over here, and try to imagine that your ribs are sort of like a big bowl, okay? So we're gonna inhale, expand the ribs, relax the tummy. Just relax, we're just breathing in, inhaling. Okay, and now start exhaling little by little, very, very slowly. And feel how your tummy sort of empties up, and just pretend that everything inside your stomach is just sliding down a slide and pouring into that bowl that we made with our ribs. You can really keep exhaling until you feel that your tummy is sort of vacuumed into your back, okay? And if you can, give another sort of expansion to the ribs, okay? And exhale, relax the heels, bring your knees down, okay? And we're gonna let go of this band just for a moment. Okay, that was a bit of a workout. So we're gonna just warm up our hands now. Okay, we can, round them a little bit. Pretend that you have a ball in your hands. Nice smooth motion, one direction and the other direction. Again, if you're uncomfortable sitting here, it can be in any position. Again, it could be on the chair. Okay, or on some elevation, and often people need a cushion underneath their ankles, okay? So now we're gonna put our hands on the floor, and we're just gonna start walking a little bit from side to side, keeping your elbows straight, okay? And the back is straight. And think about your shoulders being wide, and soon we're going to work on that together with the band, okay? Now we're just gonna rotate our arms and our hands. Can be clockwise and counterclockwise, all directions. And back and inwards, okay? And when I want to flip a hand over, I usually do it only on one hand. Okay, so just gently Warm it up in all directions, okay? Good. That's one hand, and then the other hand. Okay, you can see it over here. Nice. Something nice that we can do also if you're working on your wrists is apply some pressure, but again, think about the tips of your fingers. So most of the pressure should be at the end of your fingers, okay? And then we're just gonna lift up our wrists, okay, and lower them. Just lift, make a little tent, and lower them. Lift and lower. See, it's sort of tiny, but it's very effective. You can feel your forearm working. Okay, or you can do it one hand, and lower and up and down and down. You can do it also in all directions. Okay, so this is very good for wrist pain. Okay, so now we want to look at this expansion around our shoulders, which is something that I must admit is very hard for people to sort of grasp when I say, try to separate your shoulders. Okay, so they separate their hands, but I don't want the hands to separate. I want the shoulders to separate. So let's see if we can do that. So I'm sort of wearing this band around me, and it's covering my scapula. Usually it should be spread out nicely. Okay. We might have done this before, but it's always good to repeat. I usually would like when it's spread, but it's okay if it's not. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is this motion, okay? You can pretend like you're, see, shortening your arms, maybe, rather than lengthening them, or not rather than, but doing both motions, okay? And then you want to try and feel as if you're widening your clavicles, okay? We'll call it clavicles because that's what it is. So they are, okay? So we're going to inhale as we shorten our arms and widen our shoulders. And you want to feel as if you're pulling these two corners, which are your shoulders, away from each other. So inhale here and exhale to lengthen. Now, when we lengthen, we're feeling our scapula gliding forward, like along with our hands, or I call it a hug. Okay, so you're sort of hugging your ribs. Exhale. When I do that, my tummy sort of pulls up and tries to find that connection, okay, with the scapula. And now we're going to go down and do the same. So the arms are nice and long. You can choose as much tension as you want, okay? So I'm making it a bit shorter to feel more tension. Okay, so again, feel the tips of your fingers into the ground, and we're gonna inhale as we sort of sink, and make sure that you're not breaking into your neck, okay? The back is nice and long, and your eyes are just above the tips of your fingers, sort of drawing a little triangle on the floor between your vision and your hands. Okay, so inhale as we sink in, and exhale to lengthen and feel that hug. And again, inhale as we sink, exhale to lengthen. And again, feel that connection, actually from your pelvis, diagonally through your abs, towards your ribs, and along with the scapula. And in, and exhale. Now we're gonna round our back and hope that the band won't slip, and tail clap. That's what happened. That's why it has to be wide. I'll put it a bit lower. So we're gonna round our back and take it backwards. Oh, shoot. Okay, sorry. I have to give it a bit of a, see, look, we can actually wrap it a bit more around our arms. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're rounding and going back and coming forward. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I should have said next to your armpits, okay? And again, round and go a little bit backwards and come nice and forward and open up. Okay, and again, round and back again. Exhale, round Try to feel like you're lengthening your arms and giving that hug, and it actually also keeps the band from running forward. One more time, and round. Good, and nice and straight. And now we're gonna take our right hand, lift it up as we push the left hand into the ground and give the band a nice stretch, okay? So we're pushing into the ground. Again, this can be done without. And change. You can sink in a little bit, push, and change the hands. Inhale here. Exhale, sink. And again, inhale as we rotate. Exhale. One more time. Nice. Now, just keeping this all wide and long structure, we're gonna take one leg back, okay? Now, just lift it up a little bit and lower, trying to keep your pelvis aligned as it was before. Lift and lower, and lift and lower. We're gonna lift and bend our elbows as we bring our chest forward. Do it just as much as you can while you're still keeping that connection of your scapula to your body. You can lower the leg or not, or leave it up. And again, inhale as you press down, as you go down. Exhale as you press back up. Again, in, try to keep the hips, and X, in, and X. You can increase the range as much as you please, or as little as you want. In, push away, and one more time. Nice, and we're gonna curl, okay? So bring your knee in, round your back, and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen with your back against the band. And again, inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, curl and round, nice and round. 4, so 2 more. And round. Last time. Okay. You ready? You need a bit of a rest. You can relax a little bit. We got another set with the other side. How's it going, Ina? Okay, so again, keep your back nice and long. You're filling up. Try again not to give this extra curve in your upper back. Okay, so again, it's widening the shoulders and just filling up between the scapula. Okay, so lengthen the leg and just lift a bit and lower. Nice and long, lift and lower. Nice. Okay, again, keep that connection and start bending forward. Doesn't have to be too much. And 2. And 3. And 4. We can give it a bit more if we want. Whoop. Again, try not to collapse. You know, it can be a little bit much. I forgot to say, and again, if it's too much for someone, I'm just gonna show you how you can do it, because the more you elevate yourself, okay, the easier it is. So you can always work like this, okay? So if it was too much, you can really always use these elevations. You wanna make it harder, you put it under your legs. Okay, closer to the handstand. Okay, and then we're gonna do the stretch. So inhale as you lift the leg a bit higher, and exhale to curl, lengthening your arms, bringing your knee to your forehead. And again, inhale, exhale, and 3. Last one. Nice. Okay. There we are. How are you doing? We're going to go down. Okay. So we'll come a little bit forward on the mat. And we're going to put the band around our feet. And I want you to put each side. So Wayne actually had a band that was attached to itself. So that's great. You might not have to do anything, or you can just add another loop around your feet. Okay? So we're looping it around our feet. Okay? Shouldn't be too wide, even less than what I did, sort of sit bone width, which is about a punch width, okay? So there we go. Now, we're gonna make ourselves as tight as possible, as teeny tiny as possible, like a little ball, okay? So let's try and maintain our balance up here, preparing for rolling like a ball. So just gonna lift up, and you can help yourself with your bent elbows, okay? And when we think about rolling like a ball, then we wanna feel actually an expansion, okay? So I'm pretending that I'm also within a band, okay, or a bubble, okay? And so I'm sort of pressing my feet a little bit forward, but my arms a little bit back. My head is curled in. I'm thinking about my spine, just lengthening and expanding as much as possible. Just be here for a while and try to lengthen your back now. Try to keep the balance, okay? So now it's nice and long. In, exhale, curl. Again, feel the tummy come up, curl. And lift. And curl. And one more time. Lift and curl. Now you can go down slowly if you can from here. I'll show it once. And if not, we just little by little lay down. Okay, so we can carefully just lay down. And if it's not comfortable for you, you just whoop, roll down or go from your side, okay? So just relax your head a little bit. Relax the shoulders, the neck if you need, and you can roll your head from side to side. Okay, and now we're gonna curl up one more time, okay? And do some breathing over here. So inhale as we come up, exhale, again to feel that pull in the arms, but push in the feet, okay? And just lift yourself up. A little bit static here. Nice, and relax. You can straighten the legs a bit because you've got something to lean on. And again, curl in. Good. And relax. Now we're gonna add a little bit of motion. So we're gonna start rolling just a little bit. So as it's really around your lower back, between the ribs and your pelvis, okay? So it's a tiny, tiny roll. So we're just sort of pushing our feet forward and our back, our feet and our back, our feet and our back, our feet and our back. Now you can sort of shift your hips from side to side to feel different parts of your lower back. And straighten out again. And now we're gonna start rolling a little bit more. To sit. Keep round. Inhale as you go back, shin in. Exhale as you come up. Inhale. One more time. Okay, just relax a little bit. Now, we're gonna let our arms go a little bit further back because we wanna look for some stretch here. We'll start with a straight roll down and then we'll increase the difficulty, okay? So hold it wherever you feel comfortable, maybe a little bit of tension. Actually, if you hold it closer, it gives you more support, okay? So, and again, if you need to sit on something, you might want to put something behind you too, because we're rolling all the way down. So we're gonna inhale over here, nice long arms. They're keeping long, okay? So feel as if they're pulling you forward, But again, your back is curling, your head comes in. X, 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 X. Inhale up here, spread everything. Open the shoulders. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Forehead comes forward and pulls us up to straight. Again, you can do this halfway only, so you can just do a half roll down. Okay, another option. We'll come back up. And again, we'll do a full roll down, inhale, exhale. Spread. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna start again from that rolling position. Oh, it slid down a little bit. And as we said, we're gonna lengthen the distance now, okay? So our head is gonna come up. Okay, we're gonna be nice and curled. And we're gonna pretend as if we're taking a hat off our head, okay? So we're gonna inhale here. As we exhale, our feet come forward and our arms come back. Okay, feel the nice sort of support that we've got here. It would have been much harder without. Okay, and curl back in. If you have to lower your head, go ahead. Again, exhale. Whew. Inhale to expand now. Fill up your back. And exhale. Again, up. Nice. Okay, we're gonna try to do it a couple times in a row now. So we're gonna inhale, exhale to come up, and forward and backwards, legs and arms. And now a nice big circle with your arms and curl back in. And again, circle, bring their arms back, legs forward, nice big circle, and come in. 3, nice big circle and in. And last time. Beautiful job. Okay, we're gonna try and roll back up and lie down on our tummy. Again, this can be done with or without the band. Just gives us some extra resistance for the pulling. So we're gonna work on what's called the goal post. The movement is gonna be, I'll just show you an extension in the upper back, keeping the lower back nice and long, okay? The arms are gonna come up with our upper back. We'll do it in parts, but I'm just showing the full thing. They're gonna lengthen together with the extension, open up, back up, and then bend as we come down, okay? So again, it will be done also later on with a band. So we start with our hands apart from each other. We're gonna extend our upper back to lift. Open up, and the band comes in front of the chest. In front of the chest. Back up. And then come back down. So again, you can do it without, and we'll work on it little by little, okay? So we're lying on our tummies. Okay. You can hold the band or not. Okay, I'll show it once without the full thing, and then we're gonna break it down just again to get the full picture. So as we exhale, we're gonna exhale now higher up, okay, into our chest. Okay, so it's gonna be inhale and we float, okay, with our arms and our upper back. Exhale as we lengthen our arms and try not to get into your trapezius up here, okay, the neck. So keep your shoulders wide like we did before. And then inhale as we lift up a little bit more and open our arms. Exhale as we come back down. Okay, so now we're gonna break it up just a little bit. We can use the band or not. Okay, so it's got a little bit of tension, not too much. Okay, so we're just gonna start by lifting up our chest together with our head and try to keep the neck nice and long. You can look forward a little bit, say to the end of the mat, but not much more than that. I don't need this. Okay, so just try to feel the length. See, I set myself up a little bit longer here. And then roll down as you exhale. Again, we'll inhale as we lift up and float. Exhale as the tummy comes up. Again, inhale. Let's add the arms now, okay? So they're just floating along with our upper back, and try to feel a little bit of tension outwards. So it's really 90 degrees in the elbow and 90 degrees in the shoulder, and back down. The legs also are nice and long behind us. And again, inhale. So we're gonna float all together with the forearm and the upper back, nice long neck. The eyes are looking maybe to the end of the mat. Exhale to come down. One more time like this, inhale. And down. Okay, so now we're gonna add the straightening of the arm. So it's inhale to come up. Exhale to lengthen. Ooh. Inhale, fold back to 90-90. And exhale, slowly down. One more time like this, inhale. X long. In, upper back, and not the lower back. If you feel the lower back, try to make sure that you're, I don't like to say posteriorly tilt the pelvis, but just, again, feel the elongation in the lower back, okay? And the tummy lifting up a bit. Okay, so again, inhale as we come up. Exhale. In and down. And for the final, we'll do 2 or maybe 3 with the opening of the arms. Are you ready? So in and exhale, long. Lift up the chest just a little bit more to open up. Feel as if the band is lifting up your chest and helping you. And exhale to bring it further up. And open the elbows and come down slowly. I don't know if you remember, we also worked against a wall, standing up. This is definitely something that you can do to sort of turn this into something a bit more rehab, okay, until you advance to this stage. So anything, again, can be done in that manner. Okay, you can always take it down a bit. We're gonna press back and give ourselves a nice stretch. Just from side to side. And roll up little by little. Okay, we're gonna take this again, and you can sit in any position that you want, really, for now. And try to put the band right at the base of your skull, okay? So we're gonna wrap our ears with it. We won't be able to hear anything. Okay, so the arms will lengthen. See, I'm putting it right behind the bottom of my head and lengthening, okay? This can be done, again, sitting, standing, or even laying down to get more of an ab work, along with the lengthening of the spine, okay? So it's actually a nice relief for the neck. So we can lengthen our arms forward as we worked on before. And then just pull your arms and lower your head. Okay, so you're looking down. Feel that nice stretch. Now lengthen one arm more than the other. So again, you're getting a rotation. And exhale to come back and all the way up again. Again, exhale, lengthen. Lengthen the other hand so you get a rotation in your head. And back in your neck. And back up. And then lift up and look up to the sky and just sort of lean on that. Feel as if you're lying down in a hammock. Okay, so it's also nice, relaxing position. You can sort of dangle there a little bit with your head or play a bit with your hands and let your head sort of roll from side to side. Okay, so again, if you want to get more of an ab workout from that, you can do it really as a nice long chest lift. Okay, see how you feel. I hope you feel like you worked, but you also got nice and open and stretched. Thank you. I'm here for any questions.
Well, it looks like
Ira?
everybody seemed to have liked that roll, Becky. I almost took out a house plant with it, but nonetheless, I thought it was a nice addition.
Roll?
It was a nice addition for the back to be able to relax the back a little bit.
Yeah, you're talking about the last part?
No, earlier when you had us rolling back on.
Yeah. Of course, all these spinals are. We actually have a teacher who says that extension is life. Okay, it just brings up everything, but also flexion is wonderful. It just depends on what you want to feel and what
That's
you
great.
need.
Can you tell us a little bit about this? We had a comment about the what's your pain,
Yeah.
and people definitely put in some different comments about their back, the ones that I've seen. What are you finding that people are most really trying to work on with Pilates?
I think that most of the people come for the lower back pain, sort of chronic pains. A lot of them are sort of afraid to come to Pilates because they think that they're not something enough, not flexible enough, not strong enough, not fit enough. But I think that's something that has to be totally erased from your mind, because that's the beauty of it. It's just really tailored for anyone who comes. And I actually find that the people who come here who even might have the most experience, come from 20 years of Pilates in different places, there's always something to learn. If it's with the breathing, new techniques, when I finished my course, I thought I knew everything, but I didn't, so you're constantly learning and finding things that, why does Pilates help? They used to think that it's because it gets your abs working and it protects the back. It's not about that anymore. It really isn't. Connecting the mind to the body, being happy about what you do, learning about your body, what it can do, things that we sort of forget. You don't really think about the sole of your foot or what happens when you breathe, and these things are really effective. They can really change the way you perceive pain even. Which is also something so complex.
Well, like Becky, as always, we have lots of folks expressing their appreciation. Marilyn just mentioned that even the hand stretches were helpful for someone suffering with arthritis. And as you said, the connection between mind and body and understanding your pain and then overcoming it are something that you have a lot of expertise in. So we hope as you develop your series and we continue to do these periodic exercise programs with you, people will take advantage of that.
Thank you.
So,
it's my pleasure.
Thanks for joining us.
Please email
from
me.
Ramat Sharon. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm saying please go into the website. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me if there's something you want to talk about, and join our online classes. Really, you can see Ira every week.
Great.
And we have 3 times a week, but the Sundays are especially for this, really.
Great.
So,
well, we hope everyone will take advantage of that and our continuing programs that we have here at AIFL. 2 program notes from us upcoming soon. We have a regularly scheduled program. I'll be back with an author and AIFL longtime friend of AIFL, Gal Kalev. He has a new book called Judaism 3.0. It is not only for Jews, it is for actually his central thesis talks about how Israel has really changed Judaism, and he has a very provocative book, and we'll be having a book talk with him. That's on August 17th on Wednesday. We've also added a program this week in light of the recent hostilities in Gaza. A new colleague, Jeremy Weiss, here at AIFL, will be in conversation and introducing the IDF spokesperson. That will be this Tuesday, the 9th at noon. So those of you who are following the breaking news in Israel and the prospects even today of a ceasefire, we hope you'll come back and join Jeremy and the IDF spokesperson on Tuesday the 9th for a very fresh update as to the situation there. In the interim, we hope that everyone has a safe week, and wishing all of you an appreciation for being here with us, building virtual community in good times, in hard times, in challenging times. We're here with you on a regular basis. So everybody, shalom, and Becky, special thanks to you in Ramat Sharon.
Thank you very much. Take care.